I sat down with the dealership finance manager last week, who admitted something absolutely terrifying. He said, "We do not care if people can actually afford the car. We just care if the bank approves the loan." And then he laughed, because once the paperwork is signed, the dealership gets paid immediately. If the customer defaults 6 months later, if the car gets repossessed, if the buyer is financially destroyed, that becomes someone else's problem. And the terrifying part? This is the entire system. Because modern car sales are no longer about transportation, they are about extracting the absolute maximum amount of money from emotionally exhausted consumers, using psychological traps most buyers never even notice. Today, we're exposing the 5 layers of endless greed, quietly turning the automotive industry into a collapsing debt machine. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why dealerships are terrified of one simple word: no. 10 years ago, you could buy a simple, reliable economy car for under $18,000. Cars like the Honda Fit, Ford Fiesta, Toyota Yaris, cheap, efficient, honest transportation. Now, most of them are dead, and manufacturers want you to believe consumers stopped buying them. That's not true. The real reason is far uglier. Cheap cars didn't generate enough profit. So automakers took those same small platforms, raised the suspension slightly, added plastic cladding, called them crossovers, and increased the price by $10,000. Suddenly, a basic commuter car became a $35,000 lifestyle vehicle. This wasn't market demand. This was engineered upselling. You didn't choose expensive cars. The industry quietly removed affordable options, and that was only the first layer of greed. Because once you finally arrive at the dealership, the real trap begins. Imagine negotiating for hours, finally agreeing on a price, only for the finance sheet to suddenly include $1,500 for paint protection, $800 for nitrogen tires, $900 for a tracking system, $2,000 for market adjustment. And when you ask them to remove it, they say, "Sorry, it's already installed." Installed? They sprayed chemicals on the paint and filled the tires with regular air. This is what I call the dealership hostage tactic, because they know something psychologically important. After hours of negotiating, most buyers are emotionally exhausted. They stop fighting. They just want the process to end. And dealerships weaponize that fatigue. But here is where things get darker. Because even after overcharging you for the car, manufacturers found a new way to charge you again after you already bought it. This might be the most disturbing part of the modern car industry. Your heated seats, already installed. Remote start, already installed. Driving assist systems, already installed. The hardware physically exists inside the car you purchased, but manufacturers lock it behind subscriptions. BMW tried charging monthly fees for heated seats. Toyota charged owners yearly subscriptions to use remote start on the key fob they already owned. Think about how insane that is. You bought the hardware, you carry the hardware, you maintain the hardware, but corporations still want recurring payments forever. Cars are quietly transforming into software platforms. And the terrifying question is, if companies can remotely disable features today, what stops them from controlling entire vehicles tomorrow? And this is where the greed spiral becomes dangerous, because now buyers are financing overpriced cars with subscription features, using loans that are reaching catastrophic levels. The average new car price is approaching levels that sound completely detached from reality, and dealerships solved the affordability problem by extending the loans. 72 months became normal, then 84 months. Now, some buyers are financing vehicles for nearly a decade. Think about that. People are making payments on cars longer than some marriages survive. And here's the trap. Longer loans make monthly payments look manageable, but buyers become buried in negative equity almost immediately, meaning they owe more than the vehicle is worth. So when life goes wrong, job loss, medical emergency, repair bills, the financial collapse starts instantly, and dealerships know this. Because remember the confession from the beginning? They already got paid. The risk belongs to the consumer and the banks. Most people think dealerships make money selling cars. Wrong. The car is bait. The real profit happens in the finance office. Here's how it works. The bank approves you for 5%. The dealership tells you 7%. That extra 2%? Pure profit for the dealership. And while you're mentally exhausted, they rapidly push extended warranties, GAP insurance, prepaid maintenance, protection packages, all massively marked up. The finance office is carefully designed, psychological warfare, bright lights, stacks of paperwork, confusing legal language, hours of exhaustion, because tired people sign faster, and the industry depends on you staying emotionally overwhelmed. But here's the loophole they don't want you to realize. The entire system collapses the second you stop playing the game. Look, the automotive industry wants you emotional. They want urgency, ego, fear of missing out, status obsession. Because emotional buyers become profitable buyers. But the second you become calm, the entire power structure changes. Because dealerships are terrified of one thing: a customer willing to walk away. That's the loophole. Not negotiation tactics, not secret phrases, walking away. The second you stand up, grab your keys, and leave, the psychological leverage disappears instantly, and suddenly, the dealership starts chasing you, not the other way around. Because underneath all the fake scarcity, the markups, the subscriptions, the financing traps, the industry depends on consumers continuing to say yes. And when enough people stop saying yes, the house of cards finally collapses. The modern car market isn't just expensive anymore. It's psychologically engineered. Manufacturers maximize margins, dealerships maximize exhaustion, banks maximize debt, and consumers are stuck in the middle, trying to finance transportation in a system designed to extract as much money as possible before the bubble breaks. But maybe the biggest shift starts with awareness. Because once you see the manipulation, you stop reacting emotionally, and that changes everything. So tell me in the comments, what's the worst dealership markup or scam add-on you have ever seen? And did you walk away or get trapped by it? Subscribe to Mr. Vibe Accelerator for more automotive deep dives, industry psychology, and the uncomfortable truths nobody else talks about. Until next time, drop the ego, accelerate the vibe,